Okay, and question number 12 asks us to identify as an electrolyte or non-electrolyte. And I know this looks a whole lot like question number 9, but don't worry, it's not that complicated. If you remember question number 6, the definition we talked about here, electrolytes conduct electricity in solution. So they have to be in solution, meaning dissolved in water, and then to conduct electricity, they have to have ions, because those ions are going to carry the electrons. So what we're looking for, 2 things we're looking for, it has to be dissolved in water, has to be aqueous in solution, and then it has to be an ionic compound to have ions. So we're looking for a formula that has a metal at the beginning and might have a non-metal at the end. We're looking for metal at the beginning, dissolved in water. So let's get going. You might notice that these first 2 examples are actually exactly the same, except for those states of matter. So the key here is aqueous. Remind you what that looks like if we haven't seen that in a while. We're going to be seeing that a lot this unit. Aqueous solutions means that they are dissolved. So that's one of the things that we can check off. If it is solid, it's not dissolved. So even before I look at that formula, it is not going to be an electrolyte. Then when I do look at that formula and I'm like, oh, starts with Na, that's an alkali metal. That means it is ionic. So I am dissolved and I am ionic. So that means that I am going to be an electrolyte. Now, the rest of these are aqueous. So we've already got that dissolved part checked off. Now we just need to look for whether these are ionic or covalent compounds. Anything that's ionic will be an electrolyte. So it should always be the first element. Carbon is a non-metal, so that is not ionic, which means it is not an electrolyte. Ki, potassium, is a metal, so that is ionic, so that is an electrolyte. SO2, this is non-metal, so this is covalent, not ionic, so this is non-electrolyte. And then lithium nitrate, lithium is a metal, which means it's ionic, which means it's an electrolyte. All done.